Welcome back to Laudermilk Outdoors. As you can see behind me, I have all of my camping stuff strolled out everywhere. I'm going to go through some of it and explain why I bring what I bring to the different camping trips we go on. But I'm going to do this from a perspective of survival because that's the way that I plan trips. So I've made this list. Which is the precedence of survival. And we're going to go through it. We're going to step through the list with examples of everything. So if you get hurt, what do you do? Generally, what I do is bring a few items that are easily found around the house. So you have Ace Wrap, toothbrush, toothpaste, antiseptic spray, Tylenol, some type of tape to wrap with that, gauze, band-aids. So the next thing on the list is shelter. If you're hiking, you want to be lightweight. If you're car camping, you don't care. If you're overlanding, you also don't care. So this is a 3-man tent. That's just a pretty standard 3-man, 2-man. You got an Eno hammock. So you can do a tent idea, you can do a hammock idea, or you can build a tarp structure. Another thing that you'll see later on is a rooftop tent that we'll put on this truck eventually. So the next thing is going to be fire. So you need to be able to have a fire, you need to be able to start a fire, maintain a fire. Some of the things you need to be prepared to pack is any type of chopping utensil, saws, different types of knives like these homemade ones I made in my forge. Check out my forge video. Everyday carry knives, things like that, machete. You can also bring fire starter if you don't want to rub 2 sticks together. They sell them everywhere. Pack them in, keep them dry, and let's go through rescue. The biggest thing to think about when you consider rescue is, can you rescue yourself or do you need help from somebody else? So something I never leave without is a map of where we're going, where we're going to be at, a compass, walkie-talkie, GMRS, GPS, whatever you've got, and then obviously a cell phone if you're somewhere where you have cell phone service. Another thing you can do is build a signal fire. You can use a mirror, things like that. Next is water. What I usually bring is the Sawyer squeeze bag filter. They sell these in a couple sizes. There's many more brands than Sawyer, but pretty much you can, if the water's not really bad, muddy, dirty, then this will filter and you'll be fine. I've been using one for 10 years. Fill the little bag up, screw it onto the actual filter body. Check out our other camping videos. I do demos of that. You need something to carry water in. A lot of companies make these plastic Nalgene type water bottles. Those are fine, no problem. You can put boiling hot water in them, put them in your sleeping bag, keep you warm at night. What I like to do is take an empty 1-gallon jug, tie that onto the side of my backpack, carry it in empty so it literally weighs nothing, and then I can filter water, fill this up, take it back to camp, and maybe I only have to make one trip. Let's go through the food real quick. Bunch of different ways to cook food. You can just cook it on a stick over the fire, or if you're car camping, or if you have ability to carry something very heavy, they sell different types of stoves. So you've got a 2-burner propane stove, just uses the propane, or they sell the adapter to put the larger tank on there. I've also got the old school screw on top propane, and then you've got the newer age stuff, which is the little micro isobutane canisters. These are good for lightweight backpacking. Pretty common stuff, different brands, Ozark Trail brands, Snow Peak, Coleman. Fire source, you can bring a little flint, magnesium rod, whatever. Obviously a Bic lighter, probably your easiest option. Long handle lighter if you're scared to burn your hair off your hands. So for the actual food, some lightweight stuff typically is what I bring if I'm hiking. So the tried and true college special, those tuna packs, crackers, granola bars, things like that, trail mix. But if you're car camping, bring a cooler, put steaks in there, eggs, have a good time. It's great. All right, so that covers pretty much survival mindset when it comes to prepping for camping. So now let's dig just a little bit deeper into some of this stuff. I went over it pretty quick. I want to show you guys a few things extra. So the first thing I want to talk about is footwear. So you got to be hiking in. There's different options that you can pick here. You can do a full leather type hiking boot that's full lace up, good traction, waterproof typically, ankle support if that's what you need. These are better for like colder weather. Next, we've got trail runner shoes, which is basically a glorified tennis shoe. This is an Ultra brand, Lone Peak. They dry out pretty quick. They've got pretty decent arch support for myself. And then you've got the Croc, which is great for crossing creeks and wearing around the camp whenever you've hiked 10 miles and your feet hurt and you want to take your boots off. Or you can hike in these muck boots, which I do not recommend. Also, with that being said, hiking poles, great. I typically don't use them, but if you got bad knees on descents, these will save your life. So look into getting some of those. Walmart sells them, REI, Amazon, everybody sells them. Let's see what else we got here. Let's look at chairs. Car camping, bring any chair you want. If you're hiking, they sell a couple different styles of chairs. So you've got this tripod fold-up chair, which is pretty lightweight. Those are great. And then they sell these little bag chairs. They sell all kinds of different sizes, ranging anywhere from 20 bucks up to 150, 200 bucks, depending on what brand you want. Let's go to saws, fire, stuff like that. So if I'm overlanding, I'm bringing this right here. It's a battery, it's a 20 volt battery DeWalt saw. It'll cut through anything that you need to be cutting. If it won't cut through it, you don't need to be cutting it anyways. A little hatchet, axe, camp axe, whatever you want to call it. It's great. Keep it sharp, keep it from rusting. It'll last forever. I usually don't bring saws unless we're hiking, and I don't like either one of these, so I'll probably be replacing those this year. But I do always bring a knife, so I'll carry one knife in my pocket, typically just for like eating and things like that. This is my current favorite knife. I carry this for batana and things like that, but this is the SE4HM, which is currently my favorite knife. It's heavy. If you guys have a favorite knife, comment it. Put it in the comments, because I love knives. I've got like 100, so I'm always looking to buy a new knife and experiment with it. Different types of grind on the knives, they have different purposes. So buy a Mora knife. They're less than 20 bucks. They're not a full tang. A multi-tool, it's got its uses. If we're car camping, I bring one. If we hiking, I don't, because they're too heavy. Another thing to consider is toilet paper. Don't forget it. Bear repellent, bear spray, that's great. I bought this unopened, I bought this, I haven't opened it yet. I haven't really needed it yet. We'll need it this year for where we're going. Air horn, I've used these in the past a bunch of times. And they work great for black bears. Black bears are skittish anyways. This is just a 10 bucks pepper spray. I don't know if it will do anything, but I keep it because it's lightweight. What else we got? We talked about the stoves already. Generally, I'll bring this little Snow Peak stove here and then whatever can I happen to have. I really only bring this if we're car camping. It's great for making breakfast on, warming up beans, whatever. You've got a skillet, pot, whatever, put it on there. As an example of what not to bring if you're hiking, because this thing weighs like 5 pounds, but it's awesome for if you want to make coffee or whatever, hot chocolate, and put in there. It'll stay warm for probably like a week and a half. Just kidding. a long time though. These food bags, they sell different brands, different thicknesses, waterproof, not waterproof. This one's waterproof. The reason I'm showing you this is if you're hiking, camping somewhere where there's bears, you're gonna have to tie your food up in the tree. If you don't do that, you're gonna get killed by a bear because he's gonna smell at your tent and think you're part of the food. So hang your food up. It's not really an option. Let's see here, cooking pots. So you got the old tried and true Lodge brand iron skillet. That's the seasoning that needs to be re-seasoned. You've also got this titanium cookware. This stuff is great for hiking and backpacking. You can put your little fuel can in there, close this thing up, put it in the bag and take it. A little titanium little fork there, or just bring a kitchen house fork. You've got the old school Stanley with the nesting cups. It's a good option. Stainless steel, a little bit heavier. Then you've got this Snow Peak. This is what I generally bring. You cook noodles and stuff in it. It's great. So that's all the cookware. Skillet, old school guy here. The new school stuff. Bring salt and pepper. It's about all you need. If you use this to cook on, you need gloves. Ask me how I know that. We talked about the tents. Watch my other videos. I've slept in 2 of these tents. I've not used the Eno yet. I've actually had this Eno for a long time and I've never slept in it. I probably won't ever sleep in it because it hurts my back. What do you put in the tent? So we've got cots. So these get you up off the ground about 4 inches, which is, you do not want to sleep on the ground when it's cold. These will get you up off the ground. I'll put this on top of it. I bring this camping, hiking camping. And then you've got your traditional small little backpacking. They sell different brands of this, different R values associated with it. And then you've got your big items like the Thermarest NeoAir, which is super thick and it's very heavy, so I don't carry it. Different types of pillows you can bring. You've got the little small inflatable pillows, or you've got, this is my favorite, this is the memory foam, and that's a Thermarest as well. So this thing rolls out and it inflates, and it's worth it. Just buy one. Sleeping bags, you've got all sorts of different kinds of sleeping bags. How do you know which one to use? So if you're camping somewhere where it's really cold, you want a nice 0-degree sleeping bag that is down, it has the down feathers in it. This is a hike and bike. I've slept in it many times. It's kept me mostly warm, and I've slept in that down to around probably 18 degrees with a couple hand warmers in it, and I was fine. You've also got just your Walmart sleeping bags, Field and Stream. This is a great sleeping bag for hiking in the summer because it does not weigh anything and it doesn't take up any room. You've also got the old school go camping at your friend's house in the living room sleeping bag, which this is good for extra padding if you're car camping, things like that. Then you got your little bit nicer brand, Sea to Summit, 30-degree bag, 40-degree bag, whatever this is, 40-degree bag. I camped in this when it was 26 degrees outside, and I about froze. Another option for you is what the military calls a whoopee. And these things this is basically a blanket that's made out of, I'm not really sure. It's a poncho liner, but we call it a whoopee. Hang on a second, let me set this up. So this is a poncho liner that we call a whoopee. And it is so warm. I like it, I like to use it as a top layer. So if I'm sleeping in a tent and it's freezing cold outside, I'll get my sleeping bag and I'll just put this over top of it. It is great. You can get the Amazon brands for like 30 bucks. Very much recommend doing it. They fold up pretty small. Not that bad. They don't weigh anything. Okay, let's go to flashlights. So we got the old tried and true Maglite. I would not recommend hiking with this because it weighs about 10 pounds with batteries in it. You got this little lantern, clips on, really lightweight, and headlamps. Bring a headlamp. You don't want to be caught out after dark looking for wood and stuff without a headlamp. Also, spotlight, nice to have in the truck. Another must-have is some paracord for tying your tent, tying your tarp, making, hanging your food up, whatever you want to do, or making a little bushcraft stuff. Keep yourself busy. Hand warmers, pack them, bring a couple of them. What are these called? Baby wipes. This is good for if it's cold outside and you can't get in the water. Or just bring Dial soap or something to wash your egg and wash your nasty butt off. Bug spray or sunscreen, gotta have it. And especially in the summer down here in the south, those mosquitoes will literally take you home with them. Went over the first aid stuff. Always bring a couple Tylenol, and you can put, you know, Tylenol, ibuprofen, whatever you want to in there. It's good to have. Bring some, what do they call it stuff? Benadryl. If you have your allergic reaction to something, Benadryl, knock it out. Chew the Benadryl up, drink it with water, it'll work faster. Or if you can't sleep, rain protection, tarp, obviously, ponchos, pack covers, things like that. So you can do a backpacker poncho. So this is a good to have. Obviously just a normal rain jacket for around the camp. Frog Tog sells these suits, tops and bottoms, relatively cheap. You don't want to be caught camping in the rain. It sucks, especially when you can't get dry. So if you've never camped in your tent and you don't know anything about your tent, you need to know if it's waterproof, and if it's not, you need to know how to waterproof it. Those two tents right there that I showed you, these Kelties are not waterproof. I've learned that the hard way. I woke up with a wet sleeping bag. It sucks. If you're overland camping, bring a shovel. I probably shouldn't have put that so close to my face. If you're overland camping, bring a little shovel for doing this in. Bury your excrements. Is that the right word? Bury your poop. So, a couple good brands here. Osprey, Gregory. They sell different size packs. This is it's like a day hike. It's a Talon 22, small day pack, or you could probably do an overnighter with it if you wanted to. This Zulu 55 Gregory is what I use if we're doing a one night, typically like a one night, and I just bring everything. Also wanted to show you guys a couple pretty cool books. So the first one is this Bushcraft 101, and they sell this, I'm sure, on Amazon, and it's just got cool stuff in it. Also this U.S. Army Survival Handbook, Department of the Army, allegedly. Actually, I'm curious. Yeah. Anyways, this is a pretty cool book. It's got pictures of everything in it, and it shows you basically how to survive in any environment. You got desert survival, tropical survival, dangerous animals, what you can eat, not eat, how to skin stuff, how to kill stuff, how to start fires. It's a really cool book. Check it out. Just to recap, we just went over the 6 basic survival rules or so to speak, guidelines: first aid, shelter, fire, rescue, water, and food. Appreciate y'all watching. Stay tuned. We've got several trips planned for this summer. Hiking trips, camping trips, car camping, overland camping, probably some kayaking, fishing. Appreciate it. Catch y'all next time.